Hello, my name is Sally and today we are going to do part of our style guide series with my lovely model Marieke. Thank you so much for being my model.
Pleasure.
Marieke is cool toned and she is 67. And today we're going to do the look of a rock chick, which will be really good fun. A little bit out of your comfort zone, I think you said.
Quite a big step.
But that's the fun of these style guides, just to try something a little bit different out of your comfort zone. So we're going to get started. So Marieke has already put her moisturiser on, morning moisturiser, and we've let that sink in, which is really important before we start on the makeup. First product that we're going to use on Marieke is Smooth Like Silk Face Prime. And this is a fantastic product to use underneath your foundation or your Light Look Beauty Balm. Marieke's skin is gorgeous, so we're going to just use the Light Look Beauty Balm on you today, but I still love to use this product. This has got aloe vera and silica, and it's a brilliant product for just smoothing out any fine lines, any open pores, so that when you put your Light Look Beauty Balm on, it just glides on and lasts all day. It's like a decorator priming his wall before putting on the paint.
Makes your skin feel really, really soft when you put it on.
It's lovely. So I just take a couple of pumps on my hand and then just put it on all over, apart from the eyes and the lips, where we're going to use separate primers. So Light Look Beauty Balm is the product I'm going to use now. And this is a lovely light coverage, a little bit more than a tinted moisturiser. So it will just give a nice natural glow. And you, as I said, we've got beautiful skin, Marieke, so you don't need heavy cakey, even for our rock chick look. So I tend to put a little bit on my hand. I'm using shade number 1. You can put it on with fingers, or you can use the foundation brush. So I'm starting in the middle zone. And then just blending and buffing this product in. If you are ever worried about foundation sitting in lines, this is just a product that doesn't do that at all. It's got argan oil in it, so it's moisturizing and so easy to use. Just gives you a really nice, even but natural look. I'm now going to use the Cover to Cover concealer, just to go over just a couple of bits on Marieke, just under the eyes. Nothing much to conceal, I can assure you. I call this Tipex for the face. I love it. It's very, very creamy. Tea tree in it as well, and not drying like some concealers are. So if you just look straight ahead, lovely. I'm just stippling it in, just where there's a little bit of darkness, and putting a little bit on the inner corner of Marieke's eye. Nose, just where it's often a little bit bluey in that area.
Yes.
Most of us have that, and it just brightens it a little bit. And then I just take my finger and tap, just to blend it in. You've hardly got anything to conceal.
It's very nice of you to say that.
That's just evened out. I put a little tiny bit just here and a little bit there, just evened and brightened Marieke's face. Now I'm going to set that with the translucent powder, which is lovely and finely milled, and will just hold everything nicely in place. If there's an area that you have specifically concealed, you might want to use the smaller eyeshadow brush. I'll show you this one to just, I mean, sometimes I do that under the eyes, just to pat into a certain area like that. Otherwise, just use the big, lovely, soft, fat powder brush number 1, just to sweep over. And again, this doesn't sit in any fine lines, this powder, so it's very, very flattering, but really does the job of holding the makeup, particularly if you're going to get hot and if it's summertime or you're going out in the evening, you rock chick down to your gig. Then you might need a little bit of powder to set it. So I've used the face prime, and now I'm going to use the Smooth Out Eye Prime, which is a brilliant product before putting on eyeshadow. And I'm going to go for a bit of a smoky look, with Marieke, so I need the eyeshadow to stay on well, and that's why I'm going to use this. It will help to stop any creasing and create a really lovely smooth base, getting rid of any little discoloration or veins on the eyelids before we put the eyeshadow on. You can either put it on with your fingers, or you can use the concealer brush number 4 again. And I quite like to make sure that the eyelid is completely oil-free for this product to work its best. So just pop a little bit on where you're going to put your eyeshadow and just blend it nicely. So the second primer I'm going to use is Never Feather Lip Prime, and this will stop and help prevent feathering or bleeding of lipstick, which sometimes happens. So I like to do it now, so it gives it a little bit of time to dry before we get to the lipstick stage. So I'm just going to put this on the outline, the edge of Marieke's lips. Beautiful shaped lips. And then, so don't put it on the actual lip itself, because then it's like a sort of barrier in a way. So you don't want to do that where the lipstick is, but just underneath, just on the actual line. I'm now going to define Marieke's brows before we do the makeup. Sometimes I do it before, sometimes I do it afterwards, depending on how much brow there is and whether we want to give it a little bit of shape first, which will then tell me how much makeup I want to put on and where to put it. So I am going to just groom them with the spoolie brush number 6. And I'm going to use Bring Back Brow Shape in grey. And shake it first, which I've just done. It is actually a paint, so it's got a very fine brush, a little fine feathery strokes. And I'm just going to soften with the spoolie brush again, just to soften the effect of that. We can always put a little bit more on when we've done the eyes, but I just wanted to get a little bit more definition at this stage. So the rock chick needs smoky eyes, I think. So we're going to use these beautiful soft grey trio, which has got soft grey, and it's also got the pewter grey and charcoal as the 3 non-shimmer eyeshades in it. You can buy them all separately as well, but it's quite nice if you use all 3 to have the 3 together. So I'm going to start by putting the lightest one, which is the soft grey, all over Marieke's eyelid and just above the socket line. This is such a pretty grey. Suits a lot of people. Very natural. The fact that they've got no shimmer in them is also very flattering to the more mature eye. And because we've used the eye prime underneath, it will stop creasing later on when you're in your gig and you're giving it all. I'm now going to use the second colour, which is pewter grey. Just in the socket line area, a little bit above, just to give it a little bit more definition. Again, a really pretty colour. Got a sort of a hint of purple to it as well, but really nice colour. Can use it all over as a wash of colour too. I'm now going to use the soft grey eyeliner on the top of Marieke's lash line, just to sort of thicken the lash area a little bit. So just starting on the outside. And bringing it across. I'm not going to put loads on, because I'm going to put a little bit of the dark charcoal over the top of this one to give even more definition, but it's really nice to have the eyeliner as a base. I like to do both. I'm going to go for a slightly lighter, slightly different colour underneath, soft purple, which is a little bit softer and will give just a slightly purple look, which will be really pretty with Marieke's eye colour. And again, soft, so easy to use, just under the base of the lashes. don't feel that you have to use the same colour eyeliner top and bottom. Be bold, try something different, maybe something a little bit lighter underneath can look nicer. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to use the wedge brush number 8 with the darkest colour in the trio of soft greys, which is charcoal, to go over the top liner. So I'm going to just take some of the dark. So this just adds to that definition of the top lash line and stops it from smudging and imprinting. And it's just very, very easy to do. I'm going to use Light Lash Mascara in Black Waterproof for our rock chick Marieke today. And this is a lovely clump-free mascara that just really defines the lashes without making them look clumpy or unnatural or spiky, where some mascaras do. Really nice. I'm going to use a touch of Instant Bright highlight on Marieke now, as we've finished with the mascara, which has just brought her eyes alive. Such pretty colour eyes. So I'm going to put a little bit just underneath Marieke's brow. Just a touch of highlighter just under the brow. I'm just going to get my brush, my concealer brush, just to blend that in. Sometimes it's nice to put a little bit where we put the concealer as well, just here, in that little bit, the inner corner. Add a fraction of light there. So Marieke usually uses Rosy Glow as her blusher, but we thought today we'd be a little bit bold and mix it with a little bit of Petal Pink, which is a little bit more vibrant. So I'm actually going to make a little mix of the two. It's just which will sort of have that kind of effect. I'm going to use a little bit of the Rosy Glow over the top, just a tiny bit, just give a little bit. These are really pretty colours. So don't ever be afraid of mixing to get your perfect colour shade. You might think it's expensive to have two, but they'll last twice as long, so it makes no difference in the long run. And you can always get then maybe a different colour if you've got a little bit more colour in the summer to in the winter when you're paler. I'm now going to use my blusher brush number 2 just to blend that really well. Just to give you that beautiful flushed look, but in a natural way. So we're going to do Marieke's lips now, and I have chosen to use Plumberry lip liner, a lovely soft defining lip liner. And then we're going to go for Very Berry, which is a really nice colour. We could have gone for the reds, but Marieke doesn't normally, you're not normally a kind of a really red person.
I'm not a red girl.
It's a slightly different look. We could have gone for cherry red, but I think we're going to go for this and see how we feel. I think it will still look really quite striking. I'm now outlining Marieke's lips with this lovely colour, Plumberry. So I like to outline and then fill in so that we've got a stain of colour. It will just help to create a really lovely base that will keep the lipstick lasting if you decide not to use a longer lasting stay all day one of ours. So this is, I'm going to use the longer lasting one using my lip brush number 5 in Very Berry. A lip brush again will allow you to be more precise when you're putting on your lipstick, so it will always look more polished and more finished. We've now completed the makeup part of our styling for Rock Chick, and what we're going to do now is go and do a little bit with Marieke's hair and put the Rock Chick outfit on, and then we're going to come back and show you the finished result. So we have finished the styling now with our beautiful model Marieke, thank you so much. We have styled Marieke's hair into the Rock Chick look, and we have dressed her. So she has a beautiful necklace from Pier Jewellery and a lovely jacket from Kettlewell. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed your makeover.
Very much.
And if there's anything else you'd like us to do, please let us know in the comments below. And I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.